Om Shuklam Bharadaram Vishnum Sachivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopashantaye Om Namah Pranavarthaya Shuddhajnanaikamurtaye Nirmalaya Prashantaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Ya Devi Stuyate Nityam Vibhudairvedaparakaihi सामे वसद जिह्वाग्रे ब्रह्मरूपा सरस्वती यन्नित्यमानन्दमनन्तमेकं शिवेति नाम्ना श्रुतयो गृह्णन्ति तस्यावतारो नररूपधारी कृपासुदाब्धिः भुवि रामकृष्णः रामकृष्णगतप्राणां तन्नामश्रवणप्रिया तद्भावरञ्जिताकारा जगन्मातृस्वरूपिणी जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयात् इतरतश्चात्वेषभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृताय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः तेजो वारिमृता यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकम् सत्यं परं धीमहि सत्यव्रतं सत्यपरं त्रिसत्यं सत्यस्य योनिं निहितं च सत्ये सत्यस्य सत्यं सत्यनेत्रं सत्यात्मकं त्वां शरणं प्रपन्नाः कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवे परमात्मने प्रणतक्लेशनाशाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः जयति जगति माया यस्य कायाधवस्ते वचनरचनमेकं केवलं चाकलय्य ध्रुवपदमपि यातो यत्कृपातो ध्रुवोऽयं सकलकुशलपात्रं ब्रह्मपुत्रं नतोऽस्मि व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः स्वानुभावमखिलश्रुतिसारमेकं ध्यात्मदीपमदितितीर्षतां तमोऽन्धं संसारिणां करुणयाः पुराणगुह्यं तं व्याससूनुमुपयामि गुरुं मुनीनाम् स्वात्मभूतस्य गुरो प्रसादात् अहं विमुक्तोऽस्मि शरीरबन्धात् सर्वोपदेष्टुः पुरुषोत्तमस्य तस्याङ्घ्रियुग्मं प्रणतोऽस्मि नित्यम्। सदेव देवो भगवान् प्रतीक्षतां कलेवरं यावदिदं खिनोम्यहम् प्रसन्नहासारुण लोचनोल्लसन् मुखाम्बुजो ध्यानपतश्चतुर्भुजः। Bhishmacharya requests the Lord to stand in front of him with a pleasant face, with 4 hands, Shankha, Chakra, Gada, while giving up his own body. Bhagavan feels very blessed to be in the presence of Bhishmacharya due to his bhakti. Whole life he followed dharma and he was very much devoted to Bhagavan Krishna. So as Shastra says, Antakale cha mamevas smaran muktva kalevaram yav prayati samadbhavam yati nastyatra samshayaha. One who gives up his body with the remembrance of the Lord gets the Sadgati, is the assurance. In order to make that assurance as a truthful one, Bhagavan is standing in front of Bhishmacharya. Bhishmacharya revealed the glory of the Lord to Pandavas, especially to Yudhishthira, and advised him to follow one dharma as the Paramadharma, namely Nama Sankirtana Puja. Bhaktya yad pundarikaksham stavaihi archan narasada. Without bhakti, even the religious activities become a drama. That's what we find sometimes in the homes and temples. It becomes a drama. So, bhaktya pundarikaksham stavaihi archan. So, this Nama Sankirtana Mahima we will come across in another occasion in Bhagavatam itself. Having advised all types of duties and responsibilities, he advised this one duty cannot be violated at any cost, namely Nama Sankirtanam, Ishvara Smaranam through Nama Sankirtanam. Since it doesn't have any himsa, since it doesn't depend upon desha, dravya, kala, anapekshatvat, this dharma becomes paramadharmaha. Now he wants to give up his body. Before giving up, he sums up his experience and encounters with Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Being a Kshatriya, his mind is full of Kshatriya Vasana. Vasana which will be naturally available for a warrior. So he invokes the Lord and requests the Rati in the Lord. Parama Phala Rupam Sri Krishne Ratim Prarthayitum Swakritam Arpayati. All the life he has practiced dharmas. Those dharmas will bring Punya Phalam. And those Punya Phalam will take him to Swarga. And again one more cycle will be there. So he wanted to hand over all the Punya Phalam to Bhagavan. Therefore he invokes Bhagavan. Iti matirupakalpita vitrishna bhagavati satvata pungave vibhumni swasukham upagate kvachit vihartum prakritim upeyushi yad bhava pravaha. Iti nana dharmadi upayaihi matihi manaha dharana lakshana upakalpita samarpita satvatam pungave sati. If one offers all his duties, all his actions to the Lord through Manasankalpa, then he is going to gain the ultimate result called Krishna Bhakti. At the beginning of the Bhagavatam, Suta Muni told, any karma which is not offered to the Lord will be a bharam. If the same karma is offered to the Lord and makes it as a devotional practice, then it becomes a sadhana, spiritual pursuit for gaining the love of the Lord. Same idea is given by our Bhishma Acharya. When all our duties are offered to the Lord, in order to satisfy him, then what we get? Vibhumni. We get the knowledge that he is Akhanda Vastu, doesn't need any of our offering. He is Nitya Tripta Vastu, doesn't need any of our offering. Similarly, he will reveal our real nature also as the Nitya Vastu, because he is Bhuma. He happened to be Bhuma already. As per Shastram Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, Yo Vai Bhuma Tat Sukham. Nalpe Sukham Asti Bhumaiva Sukham. So, Vigata Bhuma Yasma Tasmin Yam Apekshya Anyatra Mahatvam Nasti Iti Arthaha. Compared to the Lord and glory of the Lord and the Swarupam of the Lord, all other things in the creation becomes Alpa. Yam Apekshya Anyatra Mahatvam Nasti. There is no Mahatvam in any other achievement in life. Tadeva Paramaishwaryam Iti. Gaining this knowledge or gaining the love for the Lord is the Parama Aishwaryam iti, considering like this, yaha vitrushna bhavati, yaha nishkamaha bhavati, saha swasukham, swasarupa anubhutam paramananda sukham upeti. He gives an assurance. If your life is an offering to the Lord, what is the result of that offering? You get Krishna Bhakti. Krishna Bhakti in the form of Atma Jnanam. He continues, Tribhuvana Kamanam Tamala Varnam Ravikara Gauravarambaram Dadhani Vapur Alaka Kulavrutana Nabjam Vijayasake Ratirastumena Vadhya. He Vijayasake, he Parthasarathi. Because he is in the battlefield, just now things are over. So, being a warrior, Bhagavan is addressed here as Vijayasaka, as Parthasarathi. Your beauty is such a wonderful beauty which cannot be forgotten in spite of all suffering going through by my body. Tribhuvana Kamanam Tamala Varnam. Only one form is beautiful in the entire creation, and that is Ishvara's beauty. That is why, if you see the nature, Prakriti, take for example sunrise or sunset. What a varieties! Daily one alankara. Prakriti shows daily one type of alankara. So therefore, all the devatas gathered to see you during the Kurukshetra war. Why they want to see you? They want to see your beauty, and one who runs the entire Srishti is now going to be a Parthasarathi, charioteer, driver. Who is the Srishti Karta, Sthiti Karta, Laya Karta? Ishwaraha has become an ordinary driver. So they want to see that drama. And from whose mouth entire Veda has originated, that mouth is going to tell in Mahabharata war, hoi hoi. So Bhagavan had to run the chariot. To run the chariot, he has to run the horses. If Bhagavan says mantra, horses may not respond to that. So what to do? Hoi hoi mantra is uttered. So they were wondering what a leela it is. So they gathered to see you, your physical beauty, your leela. Not to see fighting between the Kauravas and Pandavas, but to see your beauty of charioteering and to hear your Gita Shastram. May I have that unfailing and absolute devotion to him who happened to be Parthasarathi, Anavatya Bhaktihi. Here, beautifully, our Sridhar Swami gives commentary. When Bhagavan comes inside the battlefield, how it was? Shvetaihi Hayaihi. Horses are white, pure color. And the chariot was given by Indradeva. And who is the driver? Blue colored driver. White and blue. What a combination. Tamala Varnam, Tamalavat Neela Varnaha Vipuhu, Ravikara Gauravarambaram. Early morning sunrise will be there, na? Pratakalina Ravekara. Like that when sunrise happens, first what comes? Blue color only comes. That's why even scientists say, please open your eyes and see blue color. All your brain system is activated. That's why early morning you have to get up. So that Gaurehe, Varehe, Nirmaleche, Ambare, Vatu Yasmin Tatvapuhu, the beautiful blue colored body. Tribhuvana Kamanam, which is attractive in the entire creation, And while charioting, Bhagwan's hairs are there. It is jada. Alakakulaihi uparya vritamana nabjam yasmin tad vapuhu vijayasake parthasarate anavadya ratihi me astu. Now he is meditating on the Lord. Parthasarathi, who has come to the battlefield as a charioteer, giving up all his status just to show to the world how much Bhaktavatsalaha I am, you see. In that charioteer Krishna, let me get the Rathi. Yudituragarajo vidhrumra vishwake kachalulita shramavaryalankritasye mama nishita sharaihi vibidyamanatvache vilasat kavachestu Krishna Atma. Bhishmacharya is going to give up his body. At the time of death, how a person will stumble upon words. Like that, the very shloka is there. Next meditation is Bhagavan is standing on the chariot in order to start the war. So he is telling to the Jagat, see, whatever problem comes, all problems I will take care of if you surrender to me. So this assurance, Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham, is the assurance. This assurance is exemplified to the creation when you fight in the war. Mama nishita sharaihi vibityamana tvachi. I am fighting you with arrows. How you were standing with sunlight above your head and you are sweating. And I am sending arrows. And you have taken all the arrows on you. I sent arrows to Arjuna. But when I send, out of habitual tendency, telling the Lord's name I sent. Vishwasmai Namaha, Vishnave Namaha. That is, telling the Lord's name is my natural tendency. It is without any voluntary will. Involuntarily, I was telling Nama and sending arrows to Arjuna. What you thought? Arrow is coming with the Nama called Vishwasmai Namaha. If arrow goes to Arjuna, then Arjuna will become Vishwasmai. Vishnave Namaha. If it reaches Arjuna, then Arjuna will become Vishnu. What is this? No, I cannot allow it to do that. So what you did, you jumped this side, you jumped that side, and it took all the arrows on you. Therefore, Mama Nishita Sharaihi Vibidyamanaha. Your body is pierced by my arrows. Because as per the rule of the war, a charioteer should not be hurt. He should not be killed. He has to fight with the warrior only. Understood? So they were all men of righteousness. So equal warriors only will fight. So Bhishmacharya cannot hurt the charioteer. He is poor man's driver sitting like this. You can see in that serials. So charioteer is a person who obeys the orders of the master, the warrior. So charioteer should not be disturbed. I sent arrows towards Arjuna, but you received it. Therefore, Vibidyamanaha tvachi. Your whole body is pierced by my arrows, not ordinary arrows. Every day, night, I sharpened it. Mama nishita sharaihi, tikshanaihi, sharaihi, vibidyamanaha. While preparing that arrow also, while sharpening that arrow also, what I used to do? By natural instinct, I used to do Nama. Vishnave Namaha, Vishwasmai Namaha, Vashatkaraya Namaha. Like that. So, while sharpening itself, it was decided that it is for Vishnu. When you are encountered by devatas, they will offer flowers. When devotees come to you, they will offer phalam, patram, toyam, like that. But I did not have anything to offer to you, and that too in battlefield. So it is my practice worshipping you 24/7. That day in the battlefield, naturally telling your name, I sent all my arrows, but you received it. Because two reasons. One reason is, this arrow is meant for me because it is with the Lord's name. Yad yad karomi tat sarvam brahmarpanam bhavatu swaha. When an action is done with Lord's remembrance, the so-called action, the worldly action, becomes puja. That's what here Bhishmacharya says, Shramavari. One reason is, you have converted all my war actions as my puja and accepted it. And even though you had to suffer because of my piercing arrows, still you suffered to show to the world, see how I am struggling to protect my devotees. Shramavari. Sweda bindu rupam tena bhakta vatsalya dyotakena. You want to show to the society that you are bhakta vatsalyaha. Such a compassionate Lord you are. Let my mind get devotion to such a compassionate Lord. Sapati sakivacho nishamya madhye nijaparayo balayo ratham niveshya Stitavati parasainikayurakshna kritavati parthasake ratirmamastu. Another situation comes to the mind of Bhishmacharya. That situation is at the beginning of the war. When Arjuna entered the battlefield, he saw two sides, armies are arranged. They are standing and waiting. He wants to see the people on the opposite side, because he was expecting Bhishmacharya and Dronacharya to join his party because they are dharmic. But unfortunately, they are standing in front of him. They are standing on the side of the opposite party. So he was little confused. Who belong to me? Who is not belong to me? Who is Nijaha? Who is Paraha? So he told to Bhagavan Krishna, Senayor Upayor Madhye Ratam Sthapaya Me Chute Yavateta Niriksheham Yodhukaman Avastithan Kairmaya Sahayothavyam Asmin Ranasamudyame Yotyamanan Aveksheham Yetetra Samagataha Dharta Rashtrasya Durbuddhehe Yuddhe Priyachikirshavaha. He told to Bhagavan, please take my chariot and put me near to the opposite party. I want to see who are all those people supporting adharmic side. Dharta Rashtrasya Durbuddhehe Priyachikirshavaha Yuddhe. Let Dhritarashtra Putra fight. They are known people for their adharmic action. But these dharmic people, why they stand with him? I want to see. Not only that, with whom I have to fight, who are all going to be killed by me, I want to see. See the arrogance. Yavateta niriksheham yodhukaman avasthitan. Who are all waiting here to be killed by me, I want to see. Then Bhagavan thought, Arey Arjuna, you continue to be idiot all the time. Even at the battlefield also you are showing your ignorance, arrogance. With arrogance, you cannot fight dharma yuddham. This fight is not going to be a family fight for property sake. Many people consider Mahabharata Yuddham as fight for property sake. It is Dharma Yuddham, not for property sake, because they were ready to give up entire thing. They sent Krishna as messenger even, with the message what? We are happy with 5 villages. Just to establish our self-dignity, we want to be independent, so 5 villages are enough. Let the Kauravas enjoy the entire kingdom. So for kingdom's sake, this war is not there. It is to establish law and order in the kingdom ruled by Dhritarashtra and Duryodhana. Understood? A Kshatriya has the duty to help establishing law and order. So therefore, this Yuddham is Dharma Yuddham. With Ahankara, Dharma Yuddham cannot be fought and won also. So Bhagavan wanted to tell this message to him, you are nobody. In the scheme of Srishti, you are nobody. However much you are great. Unless you surrender to me, you are nobody. Within 5 minutes, I can confuse you. Whoever you are. So Bhagavan thought, let me show his inner weakness. Because people are not aware of their inner weaknesses. They are carried away by their external achievements. However much may be your external achievement, unless you conquer yourself, your weaknesses, you are not strong. You are not going to be stable in life also. So Bhagavan took the Ratha, made it to stand in front of Bhishmacharya and Dronacharya. Instead of keeping that Ratha in front of Duryodhana and Dushosana, he has made the Ratha to stand in front of Bhishmacharya and Dronacharya. Eva muktva rishi kesho gudakeshena bharat senayorubhayor madhye स्थापयित्वा रथोत्तमं भीष्म द्रोण प्रमुखतः सर्वेषां च महीक्षता. Bhishma Drona Pramukataha. Then he told to Arjuna, Uvacha Partha Paschaitan Samavetan Kuru Niti. You want to see your enemies? These 2 people are your enemies. Then once he saw Bhishmacharya and Dronacharya, his entire individuality is shaken. All his weaknesses have come out. What is the weakness? Arjuna had Ragadvesha. In Bhishma and Drona, Ragaha. In Duryodhana and Dushasana, Dveshaha. The expression of Ragadvesha in our life will create Shoka. Ragaha will create Shokaha. Shokaha will make a person to be deluded. Ragaha, Shokaha, Mohaha. This is a series, cycle. Then because of Mohaha, delusion, again Ragaha, then again because of Ragaha, Shokaha, Mohaha. This is called cycle. Samsaric cycle. So Bhagavan wanted to make Arjuna to feel that you have to conquer yourself first. Otherwise you are nobody. You cannot be the instrument of the Ishvara. So first conquer yourself, make yourself strong, make yourself fit instrument in the hands of the Lord. Then Bhagavan will use you for Magat Karya. This is one purpose. Another purpose is, whole life Bhagavan was with people. And they came to Bhagavan asking many things. But no fellow asked about the Atma Tattva, about the secret of life. What for this life? Nobody asked. And Bhagavan's arrival in human form is for Dharma Rakshanam. There is no point in Dharma Rakshanam unless the Moksha Dharma is established. Dharma Rakshanam means what Dharma Rakshanam? Sri Dharma Rakshanam or Purusha Dharma Rakshanam. These are all secondary dharmas. Primary dharma is what? Moksha dharma. That's why he told Paritranaya sadhuna vinashaya cha dushkrita. Vinashaya cha dushkrita becomes secondary thing. Sadhu paritrana happens only by moksha dharma paritrana. Unless you give the Atma Vidya to the society, it is not going to change its attitude. It will humiliate each other. The entire Mahabharatam, if you see, it is nothing but humiliation, reaction. Humiliation, reaction. Why this humiliation and reaction happens? Because of ajnanam. If there is jnanam in your mind, sarvosmi iti manyante, I am all. I am existing in all bodies. Atmaupamyena sarvatra samam pashyati yo Arjuna sukham va yadi va dukkham same parama bhaktaha. Sukham va yadi va dukkham atmaupamyena pashyati. When I have the samadarshanam, I could see their suffering as my suffering, their happiness as my happiness. Because of ignorance, what an ordinary person does, he sees others' happiness as the cause for his jealousy. When somebody is happy, all will wonder why he is happy. In a crowd, suddenly you laugh. People will ask, why, what happened? No, one joke told. For small joke, you are laughing so much. People are not comfortable with the happy people. Because all the while they are suffering. If they see happy people, they are not comfortable. So this bhava, this bhinna bhava is because of ajnanam. Bhagavan wanted to remove this ajnanam in the minds of the people. So he wanted to give Atma Vidya to the society through Arjuna. Therefore, he told Pashyaitan, hey Partha, Pashyaitan Samavetan Kuru. See these people who belong to Kuru Vamsha. When he told, in one hand he was having the whip, in another hand he was holding horses. When you want to show something, you can show only by hand. Here Bhagavan did, through eyes, he showed them. That time the eyes of the Bhagavan fell on Bhishmacharya and Dronacharya and others. Bhishmacharya saw that eyes. What is that eye? It is Yamakataksham. Generally Bhagavan's seeing is Kripa Kataksham. Generally when Bhagavan sees any jiva, any individual, how he says? With all Kripa, compassionate. Okay, it's okay. Try your level best. My blessings are there. Like that. But that day when he showed us to Arjuna through eyes, and I observed that eyes, and I felt it is Emakataksham, we are finished off. So he says that, remembering that incident, he says, Asau Bhishmaha, Asau Dronaha, Asau Karnaha iti. This is Bhishma. As though Arjuna doesn't know who is Bhishma. This is Bhishma. That means what? That means, hey idiot, all the time you were thinking that Bhishmacharya will go with you. Now you see where he is standing. In which party he is standing. Asau Dronaha. He is Mr. Drona. You know? He is Mr. Drona. The so-called Acharya who has taught you all dharmas. Where he is standing now, you see. He is Karnaha. You wanted to fight with that Karna, na? Standing in front of you. Try your level best. Karna was seeing that, ஐயோ என்னையும் காமிக்கிறாரே, Bhagavan is showing through eyes only. Because these people are great people. They are very good observers. What is happening? Bhagavan did not go near to them. Not stayed far away. They could see Bhagavan's eyes. Bhishmacharya says, now we saw. When you show Arjuna, asau Bhishmaha, asau Dronaha, asau Karnaha iti, tat pradarshana vyajanena drishtya eva sarvesham ayuhu akrishya Arjunasya jayam kritavaniti. That time, in the pretext of showing us, he killed us. By that Yamakataksha, he killed us and made Arjuna's victory as a possible outcome of the war. Ayuhu akshana kritavati. Your Kataksha has taken away our Ayuhu. Through your eyes, you have taken away all our Ayuhu. That is how Bhagavan can tell during the Gita Upadesham, what he says, Mayaivaite Nihata Purvameva. Here Kataksha over, Yama Kataksha over. After 1 hour or 1.5 hours, in 11th chapter, Bhagavan says, Mayaivaite Nihata Purvameva. I have finished them all. Nimitta Matram Bhava He Savya Sachin. Dronancha Bhishmancha Jayatsatamcha. Karnam Tathanyapi Anya Viran. All of them all killed. Why you did all these things? If Arjuna asks, Kalosmi loka kshayakrit pravruddhaha lokan samahartum iha pravruddhaha. As Kala Tattvam, I stood in front of them. Bhagavan says to Arjuna, Bhishmacharya never heard Gita Shastra. See how Bhishmacharya understood what Bhagavan did. As Kala Tattvam, as Yamadharma Raja, you stood in front of us and through your Kataksha killed us. Actually, you killed us. But this fellow is considering now, is showing Arjuna and Yudhishthira. These fellows are considering that they have killed me, they have killed me, they have won the war. Idiots. Like that he was scolding. All the 5 are standing. Because they were suffering because of Kartrutva Buddhi only. Actual work is done by you. But name and fame goes to these Pandavas. So, such a compassionate Lord, Bhagavan Krishna, let my mind have bhakti towards him. Vyavahita prutanamukam nirikshya swajanavadha vimukasya dosha buddhya kumatim aharat atma vidyaya yaha charanaratihi paramasya tasya me astu. Tasya charanaratihi me astu. Let my mind get rati, devotion to that holy feet of the Lord, who has been a Gita-charya. Bhagavan told Partha Pashya, Yetan Samavetan Kurun. These are the people, Kuru Vamsha people, and they are ready to fight with you. When Bhagavan told like this, you know that what happened? Arjuna saw them not as enemies. Tatra pashyat stitan partha pitrun athapitha mahan acharyan matulan bhratrun putran pautran sakins tatha shashuran suhrutas chaiva senayor ubayorapi tan samiksha sa kaunteyaha sarvan bandhun avastitan kripaya paraya vishtaha vishidan nidam abravi. He was simply carried away by his ragadvesha. Bhagavan told, see the enemies, but he saw relatives. He saw them relatives. Then he says to Krishna, Drishtvaimam Swajanam Krishna. Swajanam, they are all my own people. They are Pitrun, Pitamahan, Gurun, Shashuran, father-in-law, son-in-law, so many laws are there. You want me to kill them? Sidanti mama gatrani mukham cha parishishyati vepatushcha sarire me romaharsha jayate gandivam samsate hasta tokchaiva paridakyate. Ayayo, ayayo. My body is getting sweat. My body is trembling out of fear of losing them. This is the problem. Anything you are attached to, the very idea of losing them will create samsara. They are not lost. They are not lost. But the very idea will give them shock. And they are not ready to even hear those situations. Imagine an LIC officer goes to somebody's house telling that insurance policy is very important. If something happens to your husband, you will get 1 crore rupees, suppose. The officer says. What the mother in the house will tell? I don't need all those money. I want him only. I cannot live without him. Like that, all vachanas will be done. Dialogues. So if the officer insists, no, you will get. You will get means what? After death only. Don't tell all these apashapukana words. Please get away from here. They will tell. Correct? So they were not ready to even imagine possible loss. So that's what happens here. Sidanti mama gatrani. I am getting thirsty. Suddenly I am getting thirsty. Mukham cha parishishyati. My mouth is parched mouth. Vepatushcha sharire me. Romaharshaha jayate. Gandivam samsrate hastat. It is like a military officer, Major General, standing in front of the army, telling that my AK-47 is getting down. I am not able to stand the sight of the enemies like that. How despicable the situation. Therefore, Bhagavan says, Klaibhyam asmagam of Partha, naitat vayupa patyate, Shudram hridaya daurbalyam, Tyakta uttishta parata. Get up, idiot. For this reason only, you practice 13 years of war. War practices he did. To this war, he has prepared himself for 13 years. And in that practice, he had to fight with Mahadeva, Bhagavan Shiva himself. And he went to Swarga in order to get Daivastras, divine weapons. Because to kill Duryodhana and Dushasana, there is no need for divine weapons. Already you have Brahmastra. So Bhagavan told, anyhow they will stand, this Bhishma and Drona will stand with them only. But Arjuna was not ready to believe it. No, you don't know Bhishma and Drona. They are very loving people. No, they are loving only, but they will stand that side only. So if they stand, what he will do? Arjuna did not have answer. So therefore Bhagavan told, go and acquire all the divine weapons, if they stand. So with that proposal only, he has practiced warfare for 13 years. With that idea of killing the adharmic people only, he entered the battlefield. But after entering battlefield, within 10 minutes, he has become Bhusvanam. Failed cracker type. That firecracker is there. It will be very big. When you put fire, there are some firecrackers will fail. That is called Bhusvanam. So like that, all your training, all your tapasya is not useful for the society now. Thinking like that, in order to remove the raga, shoka, moha, which are the symptoms of the actual disease called ajnanam, kumatim aharat atma vidyaya. So Gita was told to remove the ajnana. See here Bhishmacharya says, message of Gita is what? Message of Gita is not upasanam. Message of Gita is not karma yoga. Message of Gita is not fasting and other disciplines. Message of Gita is Atma Vidya. Atma Vidyaya Kumatim Yaha Aharat. One who removed the Kumati. Kumati means what? That which is not fit for a Kshatriya was proposed by Arjuna. What he told, let us become Bhikshukas. Huh? Whole life I lived a Kshatriya. For your sake, I have become at least charioteer, okay. But now you are telling me, let us become Bhikshukas. Why? He says, Ahobata mahat papam kartum vyavasita vayam yad rajya sukalo bhene hantum swajanam mudyata yati mama pratikaram ashastram shastra panayaha dhatarashtra rane hanyuhu tanme kshemataram bhaved. In order to fulfill our greediness towards the Rajyam, we are standing the battlefield to kill them. I don't want this type of bloody wealth. So let us go for Bhiksha. So a Kshatriya can never take Bhiksha, especially a householder cannot take Bhiksha at all. Because Brahmachari lives on Bhiksha. Bhiksha means freebies. Sannyasi lives on Bhiksha, freebies. Vanaprasthi, old age man also lives on Bhiksha. Who has to provide Bhiksha to all the other these three categories? Grihastha. If Grihastha also started doing Bhiksha, who will feed them? So a Grihastha, especially a Kshatriya and a Vaishya, can never go for Bhikshuka life. The Santulan will be, the balance in the society will be disturbed. That is how now happens, you see. All politicians have become Bhikshukas now. Their duty is to provide. But what they do? They take from the society in a wrong way. That is why society is in trouble. So a Kshatriya can never become a Bhikshuka. So it is adharma. For Arjuna, adharma is considered as dharma. Bhikshuka's life for Kshatriya is adharma, but he says it is dharma. And fighting for dharma is the duty of Arjuna. He says it is adharma. So that is called Kumatihi. That Kumati is removed by Atma Vidya. What is the Atma Vidya? Na jayate mriyate va katachit. Bhishma is never born, never going to die. Okay. Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityuhu dhruvam janma mritasya cha. Bhishma, the body has to die. Therefore you kill Bhishma. Arey, what therefore it is? Bhishma, the Atma, is not going to die at all because it is Anadi Anantam. Bhishma, the Deha, is going to die at one time. Why you are asking me to kill? What therefore it is? When Arjuna asked, Bhagavan told, Bhishma, the Atma, cannot be killed because it is Anadi Anantam. But Bhishma, the body has to be killed because this body is standing with adharmic people. Why should I kill? You are a Kshatriya who is authorized for that work, who had been trained by that work. Authorization and capacity, both should be there. This argument given by Bhagavan to Arjuna cannot apply to everyone. Here you have to take, do your duty. The message is what? Do your duty. This is the message. So if a person comes after killing somebody, when he is produced in court, he says, Bhagavan himself told, nobody kills anybody. Anyhow, their body is going to die. So therefore only I killed. If they say, what the judge will say? Yes, I also don't kill you. I am going to kill your body only. Anyhow, your body is going to be destroyed. So I give capital punishment. If a criminal takes this argument, same argument will apply to the criminal also. Understood? So whether you are authorized and whether you have capacity. Arjuna is having both. He is authorized person, Kshatriya, and Yuvaraja also, representative of Emperor Yudhishthira, and having capacity to fight with adharmic people. With that teaching, Kumatim Aharat. Dehabhimana is the cause for Ragadvesha. Ragadvesha is the cause for Shoka and Moha. So to remove the Shokam of Arjuna, Ragadvesha has to be removed. To remove the Ragadvesha, what is the way? Dehabhimanam has to be removed. To remove the Dehabhimanam, what is the way? Atma Vidya is the one. So, Kumatim Aharat Atma Vidyaya Yaha Tatsya Charana Ratihi Me Astu. Let me get devotion to that Lord who happened to be the Gita Charyaha. If I would have got some siddhis to hear the sounds from distance, I would have given entire punya phalam to that siddhi. One shloka, if it entered my ears, how nice it would have. And you chanted 700 shlokas to that idiot. He has the right to call Arjuna as idiot. Because after that also, where he made you to sit, after hearing Bhagavad Gita, after seeing at least Vishwarupa Darshanam, he should have protested Bhagavan sitting as a charioteer. Correct? He should have protested. No, not now. You have just now shown everything. I have understood you and Bhagavan himself, Ishvara cannot be my charioteer. Somebody, hey, come, sit here. Bhagavan, please sit next to me. Because Bhagavan already told, I will not take any astra, shastra. I will be a only counseling fellow. So a counselor can sit next to him. But what you did? You continue to allow Krishna to be a charioteer even after Bhagavad Gita and Vishwarupa Darshanam. What it shows? Nothing happened in the mind of Arjuna. Nothing happened. Thitosmi gata sandeha karishe vachanam tava, he told at the end of the Gita. What he did? He did not obey Krishna. After Gita, he did not obey. That is why he lost Abhimanyu. Two warriors challenged him, Trikartakas they are called. Bhagavan says, don't go, it is a trap. Don't hear their challenge. No, I am a Kshatriya, I have to follow Kshatriya Dharma. Follow Kshatriya Dharma. Because Shakuni Mama has kept a trap. Remove Arjuna from the battlefield and handle this Abhimanyu in the absence of Arjuna with the power which is kept with Jayatratha in the form of Pashupadastra power. Arjuna also is having Pashupadastra. In the presence of Arjuna, this Pashupadastra will not work. So remove him. How to remove? Trikartakas. They were twin brothers. They told, Vada, if you are a Kshatriya, come and fight with like that. So this fellow got instigated and he wanted to go. That time Bhagavan told, don't go. No, it is Kshatriya Dharma. Like Yudhishthira went to play the die game as Kshatriya Dharma. So he did not obey. What was the last? Abhimanyu was finished on that day. Then after that also at least he could have obeyed. While putting fire to Abhimanyu's body, he did Shapata without asking Krishna. If I don't kill Jayatratha before Surya Astamana, I will die by suicide. Hey, what you are telling? Then Chagani Mama became happy. Enough. First day, one day I put the trap. Now Arjuna himself put the trap. No problem for us. So our work is what? To protect Jayatratha. Whole battlefield incident, if you know, we come across Arjuna never obeyed. When Dronacharya sends Narayana Astra, Arjuna was asked to bow down to Narayana Astra. Krishna says, hey, bow down. No, I cannot bow down. I am a Kshatriya. Suddenly the Sakriyatvam will come in our mind also. I am so and so. What you are so and so? One email is enough, one phone is enough to remove you from that position, whoever you are. In companies, nowadays they are firing through WhatsApp. The president of America has fired the government officials through WhatsApp, through X. You are fired. He listed one government official's name. They are all big officials in the American government. You are fired. One message, that's all over. Secretary of State, like that, so many powerful people they are fired. So where is the opportunity for an individual to be a ahankari? Bhima is right person. Bow down means he will bow down. Stand means he will stand. Tell lie means he will tell lie. But Arjuna is always confused. So Atma Vidyaya kumatim aharate tasya charanaratihi me astu. Let me get the devotion to the Lord. Meditating like this, Bhishmacharya gets a remembrance of an incident wherein he had to encounter with Bhagavan Krishna. How Bhagavan Krishna blessed him in that encounter. He will remember that. We will see in the next class. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Haraye Paramatmane Pranada Kleshanashaya Govindaya Namo Namaha Tadeva Ramyam Ruchiram Navam Tadeva Shashvan Manaso Mahotsavam Tadeva Shokarnavam Shochanam Rinam Yaduttama Shlokayashonugiyate Gopika Jivana Smaranam Govinda Govinda.
Jaya Shankar Gadadhara Neela Kalevara Pita Patambara Dehi Padam. Jaya Shankar Gadadhara Neela Kalevara Pita Patambara Dehi Padam. Jaya Chandana Chachita Kundala Mandita Chandana Chachita Kundala Mandita Kaustubha Shobhita Dehi Padam. Jaya Shankar Gadadhara Neela Kalevara Pita Patambara Dehi Padam. Jaya Pankajalochana Maaravi Mohana Papavi Kandana Dehi Padam. Jaya Pankajalochana Maaravi Mohana Papavi Kandana Dehi Padam. Jaya Venu Ninadaka Rasa Vimanaka Venu Ninadaka शङ्खगदाधर नीलकलेवर तीर्थपटाम्बरदेहि पदम्। जय भक्तजनाश्रय नित्यसुखालय अन्तिम बान्धव देहि पदम्। जय भक्तजनाश्रय नित्यसुखालय अन्तिम बान्धव देहि पदम्। जय दुर्जन शासन केलिपरायण दुर्जन शासन केलिपरायण कालियमर्दन देहि पदम्। जय शङ्खगदाधर नीलकलेवर तीर्थपटाम्बर देहि पदम्। जय नित्य निरामय वीरदयामय चिन्मय माधव देहि पदम्। जय नित्य निरामय वीरदयामय चिन्मय माधव देहि पदम्। जय पामर पावन धर्मपरायण पामर पावन धर्मपरायण दानवसूदन देहि पदम्। जय शङ्खगदाधर नीलकलेवर तीर्थपटाम्बर देहि पदम्। जय वीर विदाम्बर गोपवधूप्रिय वृन्दावनेश्वर जय